Good morning, students. Today, let us discuss one concept: magnetic induction B due to a bar magnet. Magnetic induction B due to a bar magnet on its axial line. On its axial line. Let me consider a bar magnet. This is a bar magnet. Bar magnet consists of a north pole as well as south pole. The line joining the two poles is called axial line. This is the axial line. On this axial line, there is a point which is located at a distance d from the center of the magnet. D from the center of the magnet. Length of the magnet is 2L, hence this distance is L, this distance is L. Now I would like to find magnetic induction B at this point P. I would like to find magnetic induction B at this point P. As we discussed, magnetic induction is the force experienced by unit north pole placed at a point within the magnetic field. As we discussed, magnetic induction is nothing but force experienced by unit north pole placed at a point within the magnetic field. Now, this north pole will repel this north pole. Hence, this unit north pole kept nearer to the north pole of the given magnet experiences a force in this direction. Let this force is FB, so F1, let this force is F1. The same north pole, unit north pole, gets attraction with the help of, with the south pole. So it experiences a force, attractive force in this direction, let it be F2. F1 is the repulsive force between the north pole and the unit north pole you considered. F2 is the attraction between the south pole and the unit north pole you considered. And if you see the separation between the north pole and the point, this separation is given by, total separation is D, we have to subtract this L, so D minus L is the separation of north pole with unit north pole you considered. The separation of south pole with the north pole you considered is D plus L, Now, I would like to find F1. F1 is nothing but mu naught by 4 pi m1 m2 by r square. Its pole strength is m. So small m into another unit north pole's pole strength is 1. The separation between them is d minus L whole square. Similarly, if you take F2, F2 is given by mu naught by 4 pi into m into 1 by, the separation is d plus L whole square. Net force experienced by it, clearly F1 is greater than F2. Since the distance is small, force is more. So net force means F1 bar minus F2 bar will be the net force. So F net is given by mu naught by 4 pi m by d minus L whole square minus mu naught by 4 pi m by d plus L whole square. Actually, the force experienced by this unit north pole is called field strength, magnetic induction field strength. So you can call directly them as B1 and B2. Net force experienced is net magnetic induction, B net. So B net is given by mu naught m by 4 pi if I take common, 1 by d minus L whole square minus 1 by d plus L whole square. So mu naught m by 4 pi into in the denominator a plus b into a minus b, a square minus b square whole square. In the numerator, d plus l whole square minus d minus l whole square. So, on simplification, net magnetic field is given by mu naught m by 4 pi outside a plus b whole square minus a minus b whole square. A plus b whole square minus a minus b whole square. It is 4ab 4dl by d square minus l square whole square. If you rearrange the terms, mu naught by 4 pi into m into 2l into 2d, m into 2l into 2d by d square minus l square whole square. Small m into 2l is called magnetic moment. Magnetic moment is defined as pole strength into length of the magnet. So it becomes mu naught by 4 pi into 2 capital M into d by d square minus l square whole square. This is the net magnetic field due to a bar magnet. This is the required answer. Here, if the magnet is sharp, if the magnet is a sharp bar magnet, in that case, length of the magnet 2l is very very small when compared to the separation. So you can neglect l square when compared to d square. On neglecting l square, in denominator it becomes d power 4. So net magnetic field is given by mu naught by 4 pi into 2md by d power 4. This and this will go for 3 times. So net magnetic field due to a sharp bar magnet on its axial line is 2m by dt. This year actually they removed this derivation from board examination point of view. Even though for solving objective questions we require the knowledge of this formula, in so many situations we are going to apply this formula, hence you have to learn it. So you try to remember these two formulae. This is the magnetic induction due to long bar magnet. This is the magnetic induction due to short bar magnet. What is the difference? In short bar magnet case, we neglected the length of the magnet square when compared to d square. So this is the formula. Without neglecting that length of the magnet when compared to the separation of the point from the magnet, then this is the formula. Both formulae are useful for solving objective questions. Even though it is not there for board examination syllabus, for only this year, you need to learn the formulae at least. So derivation part only for your understanding I mentioned. But here from the definition, it is clear that force experienced by unit north pole placed at a point within the magnetic field is nothing but magnetic induction field strength. That point you should remember. Now let us move on to equatorial line. Magnetic induction B on the equatorial line of a bar magnet. Initially we will do it for bar magnet, later we will take it for sharp bar magnet. Again we have the magnet. This is the magnet. Magnet is having north pole, south pole. Each pole is having identical pole strength M, length of the magnet is 2L, length of the magnet is 2L. So from the center of the magnet, if we draw a perpendicular line, this line is called equatorial line. Equatorial line. On this line, let me take one point. Let me take one point P here. I would like to find magnetic induction at this point. I would like to find magnetic induction at this point. So magnetic induction is nothing but you need to keep 1 ampere meter north pole here. That 1 ampere meter north pole will experience some force. The force itself is called magnetic induction. So this north pole will repel this north pole. Hence it experiences magnetic induction B1 or F1 in this direction. Similarly, this south pole will attract this unit north pole in this direction. Hence it experiences a force F2, nothing but magnetic induction B2 in this direction. B2 or F2 in this direction. Okay. Now, net magnetic field will be the resultant of these two, that will be in this direction. That will be in this direction. Because these two vectors are directed like this, so magnetic induction will be like this. If suppose this angle is theta, obviously this angle is theta. If suppose this angle is also theta, this is also theta. So you will have components for B1 and B2. You will have components for B1 and B2. But clearly here F1, nothing but B1 is equal to mu naught by 4 pi into small m into 1 by, the separation is, this is L, this is the D. So root over D square plus L square. Root over D square plus L square whole square means D square plus L square is left over. Even if you calculate F2, nothing but B2, the same expression you will get, 4 pi m by D square plus L square. So F1, F2 is nothing but magnitude wise both are same. Direction wise both are in two different directions. So now I want net magnetic field. Net magnetic field means let me take B1 is equal to B2 is equal to B. This magnetic field can have two components, B cos theta this side, B sin theta this side. The same situation with this also, B sin theta this side, B cos theta this side. So 2B cos theta will be acting this side. This B sin theta gets cancelled. So net magnetic field B net is given by 2B cos theta. 2 into B value just now we calculated as mu naught by 4 pi into m by D square plus L square. Again cos theta. What is cos theta here? Adjacent side length L by hypotenuse. L by square root of D square plus L square. So you can rearrange this mu naught by 4 pi into m into 2L in the numerator divided by D square plus L square whole power 3 by 2 in the denominator. This is the net magnetic induction. B net is given by mu naught by 4 pi into capital M by D square plus L square whole power 3 by 2. This is important formula for calculation of net magnetic field at an axial point. Already we discussed at an equatorial point due to a bar magnet. In case of short bar magnet, what will happen? L square is very small when compared to D square. You can neglect L square. Then D square whole power 3 by 2 will become dq. So net magnetic induction is given by mu naught by 4 pi into m by dq. And direction if you want, this is the direction of capital M bar from south pole to north pole. It is opposite to that. Okay, the direction of net magnetic induction is opposite to magnetic moment vector. Okay, the direction is like that, the magnitude is like this. And if you compare the magnetic induction due to short bar magnet for axial line as well as equatorial line, it is clear that on axial line you will have double of this magnetic induction. That means magnetic induction on the axial line is mu naught by 4 pi into 2m by dq. On equatorial line, only half of that, that is mu naught by 4 pi into m by dq. So you should remember these formulae for solving so many objective questions. Okay. Let us see one or two questions now. Here is a question. The question says, a bar magnet of length 0.1 meter has a pole strength of 50 ampere meter. Has a pole strength of 50 ampere meter. Calculate the magnetic field at a distance of 0.2 meters from the center at equatorial line. Solution. As per the given data, bar magnet has length 0.1 meters, has a pole strength they gave 50 ampere meter, length of the bar magnet they gave it as 0.1 meter, then magnetic moment is given by small m into 2l, that is 50 into 0.1, 5 ampere meter square. Okay, calculate the magnetic induction field at a distance of 0.2 meters from the center at an equatorial line. You know that B on equatorial line is given by mu naught by 4 pi into m by dq. If you consider this magnet as short bar magnet, but they gave the length of the magnet as considerable. So this formula you should not use. You should use the exact formula. What is the exact formula? D square minus L square whole power 3 by 2. When you neglect the length, it becomes dq. Otherwise, this is the formula: m by d square plus L square whole power 3 by 2. D square plus L square whole power 3 by 2. Okay, this is the formula. Now, you know that mu naught is 4 pi into 10 power minus 7 by 4 pi. Magnetic moment we just calculated as 5. Distance of the point D, they gave it as 0.2 meters. 0.2 whole square plus L square. They gave 2L. Length of the magnet means from North Pole to South Pole. Length of the magnet means from North Pole to South Pole. Therefore, half of this, that is 0.05 whole square whole power 3 by 2. Remaining all simplification only. If you simplify this, you will get some 5.7 into 10 power minus 5 Tesla. 5.7 into 10 power minus 5 Tesla. The important point you should understand from this problem is, they did not mention the given magnet as short bar magnet. If they mention short bar magnet, then you have to go for approximate formula. They gave some length of the magnet, so you should use the exact formula what we derived from the earlier calculation. So based on that, this is the solution for the given problem. So let me discuss one more problem. The question says, a short bar magnet of magnetic moment (5.25 into 10 power -2 joule per Tesla) is placed with its axis perpendicular to Earth's magnetic field direction. Perpendicular to Earth's magnetic field direction. At what distance from the center of the magnet on the normal bisector is the resultant field inclined at 45 degrees with the Earth's field. Magnitude of Earth's field at a point at given place is 0.42 Gauss. So this is the question. For this we need to do the solution. Once you read the question carefully, As per the question, the earth magnetic field is given in Gauss, but in our SI system, the magnetic induction is represented in Tesla. So first, magnitude of earth field, okay, we should have 1 Gauss is equal to 10 power minus 4 Tesla. Magnitude of earth field, let it be BH. Okay, 0.42 Gauss, that is 0.42 into 10 power minus 4 Tesla. 10 power minus 4 Tesla. Now the question is, a sharp bar magnet of magnetic moment is given as 5.25 into 10 power minus 2 joule per Tesla. Is placed with its axis perpendicular to earth magnetic field. Is placed with its axis perpendicular to earth magnetic field. Let me draw the diagram here. This is the sharp bar magnet we considered, having north pole and south pole. So its magnetic moment vector m bar is like this. Suppose earth magnetic field BH bar is like this. BH bar is like this. So at a particular point P, magnetic field due to this sharp bar magnet. Already we had a discussion. As per the discussion, magnetic field vector is perpendicular to, opposite to net magnetic induction, and the equatorial line is opposite to magnetic moment vector. This is B bar due to the magnet. This is BH bar due to the earth. We will discuss about earth magnetic field in the next video session. So we kept our sharp bar magnet's magnetic field as it is a sharp bar magnet they mentioned. I can take B formula as mu naught by 4 pi into m by dq. This is the value of B, this is the value of BH. Now your question is, at what distance the resultant of these two, let it be R, the resultant of these two will make 45 degrees with earth magnetic field? That is the question. The resultant of these two should make 45 degrees with the earth magnetic field. We need to find the distance. What is the value of D? Okay. Now, we require to find a D value. You are given M value, you are given earth magnetic field value. So let us do the solution in a simple way. From this formula, d cube means mu naught m by 4 pi into b. Mu naught m by 4 pi into b. Mu naught by 4 pi means 4 pi into 10 power minus 7 by 4 pi. M value, they gave it as 5.25 into 10 power minus 2 by, I should take B value here. What value I should take here? B. How to take B value? (0.42 into 10 power minus 4 Tesla). If you simplify this, you will get D is equal to 125 into 10 power minus 6 whole power 1 by 3, that is 5 into In this problem, we calculated D value as 5 centimeters. You may get some doubt. In the place of B, whether I have taken BH value. In the place of B, I took BH value. Why? As per the question, the resultant field should make 45 degrees with earth magnetic field. The resultant field should make 45 degrees with earth magnetic field. It is only possible when magnitude of given field and magnitude of earth magnetic field both are identical. When both are identical, then only resultant will be in the middle. Therefore, in this formula, in the place of B, I took BH. B and BH should have same value. Then only the resultant field should make an angle 45 degrees with the earth magnetic field. So by considering this point, I calculated the distance of the point on equatorial line. I hope everybody followed this solution. Now let us move to one more concept. BHI chi. Definitions and relationships. So this is the question. This is the part we need to discuss. It's an important part. These are the basic definitions that are very much essential for learning magnetism concept. Already we discussed about B. B is defined as the force experienced by unit north pole placed at a point within the magnetic field. And the name of B is magnetic induction field strength, or simply magnetic field strength, or magnetic flux density. We already studied about B. B is called magnetic flux density, magnetic induction field, or simply magnetic field. Now we need to learn about H, I and chi. It's a Greek letter chi, CHI chi. Let us understand by observing this situation. I have a magnet. Magnet is having north pole and south pole. As we discussed, lines of force will move out of the north pole and they enter into the south pole outside the magnet. Inside the magnet, they are moving from south to north, like this. Okay. So magnetic lines of force are always directed from south to north inside the magnet and north to south outside the magnet. If I take a piece of iron, unmagnetized material means the material in which atomic magnets are randomly distributed. This iron piece I am going to keep here. This is an iron piece. Unmagnetized. As these lines of force are passing through this, all the atomic magnets will align themselves like this. Therefore, they creates one south pole here and they creates one north pole here. They creates one south pole here and they creates one north pole here. Due to the influence of this external magnet, this iron piece which is unmagnetized get magnetized now. Hence this field generated or given by the original magnet is called magnetizing field. The strength of this magnetizing field is represented with H. H is called magnetizing field strength. H is called magnetizing field strength. Due to this magnetizing field, it got some magnetic induction. Magnetic field is induced. Induced word means when something is absent, if you are trying to generate it in that particular body, such a process of generating a new idea is called induction. Earlier, the net magnetic moment of this iron piece is 0. Now we created the magnetic field here. So whatever magnetic field developed here is called magnetic induction field B. Magnetic field generated here is called magnetic induction field B. This field is called magnetizing field. This field is called magnetizing field. If you observe this, B proportional to H. B proportional to H. The magnetic induction field developed here is proportional to the strength of the magnetizing field. It is also proportional to, or you can say it is equal to some constant mu into H. Here mu is nothing but the role of the medium. If the medium allows the lines of force, then only it is capable to allow them to pass through it, and it will get magnetization. So the induction is because of the lines of force coming through the air or free space. So B generated here is because of the applied magnetizing field and the ability of the medium to allow the magnetic lines of force through it, called magnetic permeability. These two factors leads to the development of B here. These two factors leads to the development of B here. Once here North Pole and South Pole got generated, means again some lines of force will come from north to south here. Again some lines of force will go from north to south, and they will move from south to north inside, parallel to the external field. So the net field inside the magnet is because of two things. One field because of the lines of induction coming through the air, another field due to the magnetization of this piece. Once it got magnetized, its own field is coming. Its own field is producing some lines of force. So there are two kinds of magnetic induction fields inside this. One is magnetic induction field due to the external magnet. Another one is magnetic induction due to its own magnetism. Magnetic induction due to its own magnetism. So magnetic induction due to external field is given by mu naught H, as we discussed now. These lines of force are also again moving through the same air medium or free space. So mu naught something I should write here. What I should write here? Something I should write here. What I should write here? Now that is the question. So to understand what I should write here, this is nothing but magnetizing field. I should write I here. I should write I here. What is I? I is called intensity of magnetization. I is called intensity of magnetization. You know that every magnet possesses its own pole strength and its own magnetic moment. Magnetic moment is defined as m into 2l. Intensity of magnetization is defined as magnetic moment developed per unit volume of the magnet. Magnetic moment developed per unit volume of the magnet, where V is called volume of magnet. Volume of magnet. Hence, intensity of magnetization is given by magnetic moment means pole strength into length of the magnet. Now, volume of the magnet means area of cross section into length of the magnet. Okay? So, 2L gets cancelled. So, intensity of magnetization is magnetic pole strength per unit area. Pole strength per unit area means pole strength is ampere meter by area is meter square. So what are the units? Ampere per meter. Ampere per meter are the units for intensity of magnetization. Ampere per meter is the unit for intensity of magnetization. So here its own magnetic field is creating some induction. So induction is created by its own magnetic field. How much magnetic field it can give means it is given by intensity of magnetization. Intensity of magnetization is defined by magnetic moment per unit volume or pole strength per unit area of cross section. Now if you combine these two, mu naught into H plus I is net magnetic induction. Mu naught into H plus I. If you bring H outside, 1 plus I by H. Mu naught H is nothing but B naught. Mu naught H is nothing but B naught. B naught means magnetic induction developed in this due to the magnetizing field. Magnetizing field means external magnetic field. So it is B naught into 1 plus. I replace I by H with a new word called chi. Net magnetic field induction inside any iron piece is given by B naught into 1 plus chi. Here chi is equal to I by H is called magnetic susceptibility. What is the definition of magnetic susceptibility? Intensity of magnetization developed in an iron piece to its magnetizing field. Its magnetizing field. One example I will tell you. Suppose myself is a teacher, yourself is a student. You may compare you with iron piece because your magnetization is zero. The role of the teacher is to align all the concepts in your mind in a proper order such that you can write the example. So I am sending some lines of force into you which aligns all the ideas in your mind to align themselves in a proper order. Once they align in a proper order, with that knowledge you will learn some more concepts. You are learning the concepts taught by me, and you are also learning with your own knowledge by reading some books or by practicing some problems. You are getting knowledge. So the net knowledge gained by you is nothing but knowledge given by me, knowledge acquired by you. Knowledge given by me depends on my strength, magnetizing field strength. Knowledge acquired by you depends on your strength. The strength of a magnet is given by intensity of magnetization. Intensity of magnetization is defined as magnetic moment per unit volume. Intensity of magnetization is defined as magnetic moment per unit volume. By knowing intensity of magnetization and by knowing magnetizing field strength, you could be able to calculate the net magnetic field generated in you. Here, susceptibility is intensity of magnetization developed in you and strength of magnetic field given by me. The ratio of these two is called magnetic susceptibility. The ratio of these two is called magnetic susceptibility. With the help of magnetic susceptibility, we will say which type of magnetic material it is. We classify the materials into three categories: diamagnetic materials, paramagnetic materials, and ferromagnetic materials. So the discussion we will do in the next session. Once again you tell me what are the definitions of B, H, I and chi. B is nothing but magnetic induction field or magnetic flux density. H is nothing but magnetizing field. I is nothing but intensity of magnetization. Chi is nothing but magnetic susceptibility. So what are the units? If you see, already we discussed about Intensity of magnetization, ampere per meter is the unit for intensity of magnetization. What are the units for magnetizing field strength? What are the units for magnetizing field strength? What are the units for magnetic susceptibility? Those things we will see. Before to that, let me solve one or two problems. You try to remember these formulae. What are the formulae? B naught is equal to mu naught into H. B is equal to, or Bm is equal to mu naught into I. Two formulae. Net magnetic field inside this iron piece is nothing but mu naught H given by the external magnet, mu naught by given by its own field. So net field is mu naught into H plus I. So net field is equal to B naught into 1 plus chi. Chi is called magnetic susceptibility. Now, let us solve one problem based on this. Later we will see the units of these physical quantities in the next concept. A simple question we will see here. The question says a magnetizing field of 1600 ampere per meter. Ampere per meter is the unit for H. Produces a magnetic flux of 2.4 into 10 power minus 5 Weber in a bar of iron, of cross-sectional area of cross-sectional area 0.2 centimeter square. Calculate the permeability and susceptibility of the bar. This is the question. The solution. You are provided with the magnetizing field, that is strength of external magnetic field represented by H, produces a magnetic flux. Magnetic flux they give 2.4 into 10 power minus 5 Webers. In a bar of cross-sectional area, A they give 0.2 centimeter square, that you can write it as 0.2 into 10 power minus 4 meter square. Calculate the magnetic permeability mu naught and susceptibility chi. These are the two values you are required to find. Okay. Magnetic permeability of the bar. It's not for free space. Free space is known to you. So you know that the basic definition, magnetic flux density is nothing but flux passing through unit area. The flux value they gave it as 2.4 into 10 power minus 5 by area 0.2 into 10 power minus 4. It becomes, it will go for 12 times, 12 into 10 power minus 1, that is 1.2. 1.2 is the B value, Weber per meter square, or Tesla you can write. Weber per meter square are the units for B value. Now you are asked to find permeability. You know that Bm is equal to mu into I. Bm is equal to mu naught into I. Already you know that B naught is equal to mu naught into H. B naught is equal to mu naught into H. Now we require mu value. Mu naught is equal to B naught by H. Mu naught is equal to B naught by H. Mu is equal to B by H. So B value is ready to you, and H is equal to, B value is 1.2, H value they gave it as 1600. 1.2 by 1600 means you will get 7.5 into 10 power minus 4. If you see the units, Tesla per ampere meter. Tesla per, what are the units of H? Ampere per meter. So you can write Tesla ampere inverse meter as units. The value is 7.5 into 10 power minus 4. 7.5 into 10 power minus 4 Tesla per ampere into meter are the units of magnetic permeability of the material. Of the medium means B naught by H you should take. Of the material means magnetic induction of the material by magnetizing field you should take into consideration. Now, one more question they asked is susceptibility. So susceptibility is given by I by H. This is general formula. I by H as general formula. Specific formula, if you see, specific formula if you see, relative permittivity minus 1. This I will tell you. Susceptibility is equal to permeability of the medium by permeability of free space minus 1. So mu is 7.5 into 10 power minus 4. This is 4 pi into 10 power minus 7 minus 1. So if you simplify, you will get the value as 596.1. 596.1. Susceptibility value 596.1. Here, this formula, how it has come? Let us see. First, you try to understand this problem. As per the problem, you are given H value, You are given phi value, you are given A value. Phi by A is B. So I calculated magnetizing based on magnetizing field strength, and we calculated magnetic induction field strength. The general formula for magnetic induction due to its own magnetism is given by mu naught I. Magnetic induction due to external field is given by this. So mu naught can be written as B naught by H. Similarly, you can write mu is equal to B by H. So then you will get the permeability of the medium. While you are talking about free space, you should take induction due to free space. While you are talking about a medium, you should talk about induction due to the iron piece. Okay. Now I need to justify this formula here. I will tell you. As per the earlier discussion, we calculated net magnetic field is given by mu naught into 1 plus chi. Mu naught into 1 plus chi. So this is B net by mu naught is equal to 1 plus chi. B net by mu naught is equal to 1 plus chi. Sorry, it is B naught into 1 plus. That is nothing but B net mu into H, mu naught into H. H gets cancelled. Permeability of the medium to permeability of free space is called relative permittivity. Sorry, relative permeability. Chi is equal to mu r minus. Once again you see, we derived net magnetic induction as B naught into 1 plus chi. So B net by B naught is 1 plus chi. While we are talking about net magnetic induction, it is because of the material. So material's permeability into H. While we are talking induction due to only external field, mu naught into H. H gets cancelled. Mu by mu naught is called relative permeability. Permeability is the ability of a medium to allow the magnetic lines of force to pass through it. The ability of iron medium is represented by mu H. The ability of air is represented by mu naught H. Mu by mu naught is called relative permittivity. By using that formula, we calculated this problem. One more problem, let us see. You please note down this in extension to the earlier discussion. Otherwise, keep it as a note. Keep it as a note. Keep it as a note. Now let us discuss one more problem based on this. An iron bar of length 10 centimeters and diameter 2 centimeters is placed in a magnetic field of intensity So the question is like this. An iron bar of length 10 centimeters and diameter 2 centimeters is placed in a magnetic field of intensity 1000 ampere per meter and its length is parallel to the direction of the field. Determine the magnetic moment produced in the bar if permeability of the material is. So as per the question, they gave the length of the iron bar. Length of the iron bar 10 centimeters they gave. 10 centimeters means 0.1 meters. And they gave the diameter. Diameter they gave means it is a cylindrical rod and its diameter is given by 2 centimeters, nothing but 0.02 meters. Later they gave magnetizing field intensity. That means magnetic field given by the external magnet. Magnetizing field is 1000 ampere per meter. And permeability of the material of the iron bar is 6.3 into 10 power minus 4 Tesla meter per ampere. You know the permeability of the free space as 4 pi into 10 power minus 7 Tesla meter ampere inverse. You know that net magnetic field is given by B naught into 1 plus chi. Net magnetic field is given by B naught into 1 plus chi. B net is nothing but mu h. B naught is nothing but mu naught h, 1 plus chi. H gets cancelled, mu is equal to mu naught into 1 plus chi, mu by mu naught is equal to 1 plus chi, chi is equal to mu by mu naught minus 1. So, first let me calculate chi value. You are given mu value, mu naught value. So, chi is equal to mu by mu naught minus 1. I got 500.6. You know that chi is defined as intensity of magnetization to magnetic field intensity. So, I is equal to chi h. Intensity of magnetization is defined as magnetic moment per unit volume. So, if I take that volume that side, you will get magnetic moment as chi h into pi d square by 4 into L. So, magnetic moment is finally given by susceptibility into magnetizing field intensity into area of cross section into length is the volume. Area of cross section is pi d square by 4 because you are given diameter into L. So, by multiplying all these values, you got magnetic moment. You got magnetic moment of a given iron bar. I hope everybody followed this. So, go through the textbook and read all the definitions what I discussed here, such that you can do the problems well. Thank you.